Okay, so welcome back to our fourth recipe of our 10 recipe series.
Yeah, so today we're going to be making roti, roti to accompany our curry. I made chicken curry earlier based on the recipe that we made last week. Roti is very simple, Cam, so you just need 2 cups of flour, 2.5 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, you need 1 cup of warm water, and you need a little oil to spread over the dough once it's kneaded and you're rolling it out. So,
alright, let's get started.
Lovely.
Okay.
Alright, Cam, so you're going to sift in the dry ingredients. So it was 2.5 cups of flour. It was a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Cam, so now you make a well, and then you add the butter into the well.
So how do I make a well?
So Cam, just move the flour to the side.
Okay.
You know, like the center. Okay, Cam, so that looks good. So now add the butter to the middle of the well.
Okay.
And then mix that in. Okay, so Cam, now slowly add the water. To make a firm dough. And then you're going to take that out and knead the dough.
Alright.
Yeah?
Okay, so I think I've added too much water into here.
That's okay, Cam. So all you need to do is add just a little bit more flour. And then we're going to take it out and knead it on the counter. Okay?
Okay, so I just took my dough out of the bowl. It was a bit sticky, so I added some extra flour to it, and then I also put flour on the counter just so it sticks to the counter. Yeah,
it's good, Cam. It's a good consistency. So what you need to do, Cam, is you need to knead that for 10 minutes. We used to always have rotis with our chicken curries at our parties. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I definitely associate rotis and like floured goods, I would call them, mostly with my aunt's video because she does make probably my favorites, especially like rotis and bakes, which I definitely think we have to make.
Yes,
as one of these recipes because they're definitely my favorite that she used to make for me.
Yeah,
so
we'll definitely add bakes at some point.
So I've just taken the damp cloth off the dough. It was covered for 10 minutes. And then what am I going to do next?
Okay, so you're going to roll out the dough. You're going to add some flour to your rolling pin. And make sure you've got enough flour on the counter as well. Roll out the dough. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon to the flattened dough. Okay? Vegetable oil. That's 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil. So the lovely Cam has covered the counter in flour. But it's looking good, Cam. Looks like a nice, soft dough. Looks really nice, actually. Cool. Go on. And then you're going to add that 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil around the dough. Yeah? Okay.
So I'm just adding a teaspoon of oil. And then I'm just going to spread it out.
Now that looks really good, Cam. That looks great. Okay, that looks great, Cam. And then roll it up. Roll up the dough. Lovely. And then what Camille's going to do is she's going to cut it into about 10 pieces. Yeah? And then we're going to roll out each individual piece and cover again for 5 minutes with our damp cloth.
Alright. Okay, so I'm just finishing rolling this up. And then I'm just going to cut it probably down the middle first, and then about 8 as even as possible pieces. Okay, so I roll up my dough and I put the oil in it and then end up cutting it.
We can now use some of this flour that Camille has decided to cover the counter in. Lovely.
So both me and my mum were wrong because she said 10 pieces, I said 8. We ended up cutting it into 12 pieces.
Lovely.
So I'm gonna roll each piece out into like a thin circle, and then I'm just gonna place it on the plate. I'm just gonna put one on top of the other and then put the damp cloth on it again for another 10 minutes.
No, it's actually 5 minutes. Oh, but that's good.
Another 5 minutes.
Okay, great. Okay, so we've uncovered the roti shells. And now we're going to roll it out again, really thin, and then we're going to fry them up.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
It's looking good, Cam. Nice and thin. Lovely.
Okay, so we've just rolled out our rotis and they're like super thin and it's really great. Let me put, how much oil in the pan?
Just a small amount of oil to coat the bottom.
So
very little oil actually, because it's got to be quite dry. And now Camille's going to just fry them up. Nice, Cam.
Cool.
And then when are you going to flip it? When are you going to flip it?
So to me, it kind of looks like pancakes almost when it has those like little bubbles. So we're gonna wait for the little bubbles to come up and then we flip it to the other side.
Yeah, good.
Cool. Okay, so as you can see, there's a few bubbles coming at the top of the roti. So that kind of indicates that it's time to flip it over. I'm just gonna flip it and then cook it on the other side. Okay, so I just finished frying up all the rotis. I think they came out pretty good. I did about 1 or 2 minutes per side.
Yep, looks good.
I would say it probably took us 20 to 30 minutes to do the whole thing. So doesn't take that long, not too bad.
No, it's great. So let us know what you think. Tune in next week. And if you do try this roti recipe, send us any pictures.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Thank you.